We all love the sound of money, and a $1,500 sign-on bonus sounds even better. That's right, Belicio Foods of Jackson is offering a $1,500 sign-on bonus to new employees. Receive an extra $100 your first 6 weeks, then $400 after day 90, and $500 after day 180. Don't wait. Apply online at beliciofoods.com/careers today. That's beliciofoods.com/careers. Come work for a company who truly values their employees. Come work for Belicio Foods.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Jen's gonna adopt a dog this morning.
I am having the hardest time with this puppy at the pound.
Yeah.
She's looking at me.
I mean, she's looking at the camera.
No, she's looking at me.
Oh, my bad. Because it certainly seemed like she was just looking at the camera. Or, well, probably looking at the person holding the camera.
You sound like my husband who says she's not looking at you, she's looking at the camera. And I'm like, no, she wants me to come get her.
Well, she probably does want somebody to come get her.
They have so many dogs at the pound right now.
I wouldn't want to live there.
It's very, very sad. I mean, they make it the best that they possibly can.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they have so many animals or dogs available at the pound right now. And a lot of them, owner surrenders or people moving away and just leaving them, which is so strange to me.
Yeah. People are crazy, man.
I know. How
People
could
are
you
crazy.
do that?
People
But
do
anyway,
all kinds of crazy stuff.
I know. It's wild out
Breaking
there.
news.
Yeah.
People
are crazy.
People are crazy.
There was a song about that, country song.
Oh, yeah?
God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy.
Not familiar with that particular classic.
James, we
My
need to
bad.
get you a little more culture.
I'm sorry I didn't listen to the Lou Davis Classic Country Hour.
No, this
enough.
is more current than that.
Oh. Well, then I really definitely don't know it.
I feel like now I need to.
You're having to Google who it's by.
Well, now it's going to drive me crazy.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Hi, everybody. He's like, would you put your phone down?
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm looking for this puppy to see if she's still available.
We were hoping to chat Pig Iron Day today.
Yeah.
We have a couple guests planned to be on the show this morning that haven't made it in yet.
Billy Currington.
That's the singer's name? All right.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm not crazy. People are crazy, but I'm not crazy.
Let's hear it in the comments. Is Jen crazy?
Yes. Okay.
Yes. See.
That's very that would be yes.
Yes.
But no, so yeah, our friends from Pig Iron Day, whatever, maybe we got our dates mixed up. We're not sure what happened, but here we are.
Indeed.
So James and I are going to talk for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk Pig Iron Day. We're going to talk Benton County Fair. We're going to talk Choco Taco.
Choco Taco, can you believe it?
Yeah.
Never had one.
That snack that Jen has never had.
Never had one.
I'm not sure that I've ever had.
They were
it's
talking
just one
about
of those
it.
things that you make fun of it because it's so weird.
I know.
And then they discontinue it, and you're like, oh, but
maybe someday I would have had
liked
one.
laughing at that when I saw it at the grocery store. I liked laughing about how nobody would ever buy that weird chocolate taco. Now you know they're only doing this so they can make a big deal about bringing it back in like 6 weeks.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
People, it's a publicity stunt.
You
for sure.
remember when they
Klondike?
You remember when they discontinued the Twinkie?
No.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, and then they made a big deal that like the Twinkie's back. Like y'all didn't sell out of the previous bunch of Twinkies.
I mean, the funny thing is you don't have to bring them back because if you had a box from 1982, it's still good.
Just as good, yeah. Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Well, like Hostess was like absorbed by like a larger company or something like that, and they said they were going to stop making them, and then like people complained on the internet. I was going to use another word, but people let their feelings be known on the internet.
They said some words on the internet.
They misspelled some curse words on the internet.
It said like B star something.
Right.
No, are you a Twinkie fan?
I mean, the last time I had a Twinkie was probably when they claimed that they were discontinuing Twinkies and everybody went crazy and started buying Twinkies that you don't even remember.
So it worked.
Apparently, I mean, it was just such a thing for a minute. Like everybody was running out and buying Twinkies.
I don't remember that. I don't know. Was that like a year ago or like 10 years ago?
Yeah, I would say it was like early 2010s.
Jeez.
Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Twinkies discontinued. November 2012.
Oh.
A bankruptcy judge approved Hostess's request to shut down, ending Twinkie production in the United States.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that
And then they returned to the market on March 18th, 2013. So they did not produce Twinkies from November 2012 to March 2013.
So like 6 months.
Yeah.
That's okay. They were all still good. No problem. Yeah, I don't know that I'm a Twinkie fan.
I mean, I don't know. Like it
Take it or leave it kind of thing.
I mean, it's.
I'm not saying I wouldn't eat one, but I guess it's not like I'm going to go out.
It's definitely one of those things that you're every now and then get in your head, like, oh man, remember how good Twinkies are? And you have a Twinkie and you're like, oh, that's what Twinkies taste like. I had it built up a lot more in my head.
No, and I'm going to be honest about this Choco Taco thing. And evidently, so Klondike makes them.
Mm-hmm.
And, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
The Choco Taco gave its life for the Klondike bar.
It did, because they're saying that they need to produce more of certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of taking away from that. So, but I have to admit, as far as I know, I didn't even know a Choco Taco existed. So now I'm like super curious, though. I feel like I need to go out and buy one to try it.
Yeah, it's the
same thing. It's a publicity thing.
Oh yeah,
same as the Twinkie.
They're not selling. There's a whole bunch of them in a warehouse somewhere. They're not selling because it's such a weird novelty.
Yeah,
and they announced that they're not going to stop making it. People that would have never bought it before freak out and run out and buy them.
Correct.
In a couple
because
months,
you've never heard of it before.
They're the return of the Choco Taco.
There you go.
Yep.
See, it's a
how much you want to bet?
Scheme.
Yeah, how much you want to bet Taco Bell comes out with some kind of weird ice cream dessert thing?
Oh, they might.
Yeah,
they might.
I bet you they will.
No, I feel like I'm going to run out and buy a Choco Taco because I never even knew it existed.
Yeah.
It looks delicious.
I mean,
if you had to pick
it looks like an ice cream cone shaped like a taco.
But if you had to pick between that and a regular Klondike bar, those are kind of just basic.
The Klondike, I was recently introduced to the Klondike bar. Well, it's not actually Klondike. It was a different brand. I forget what brand it was. But it had little bits of almond in it.
Ooh, that would be good
stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So what is your favorite ice cream, like that type of treat?
Oh, I don't know. Those little classic drumsticks are pretty good.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to get the ones with the caramel down the middle.
Yeah.
Those are my faves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a chocolate dipped vanilla cone at Dairy Queen the other day. Hadn't had that in a long time.
So that's one of my favorites. They used to have this at Dairy Queen, and I cannot remember what it was called. So if you all remember, let me know. But they would take ice cream and they would put that hard chocolate stuff on it and peanuts. And
yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I love that hard chocolate
Sounds
stuff.
good. Yeah, I love that as a little kid. I remember when I was a little kid, you'd get the little kids meals at Dairy Queen, and they'd give you a little like token that looked like a poker chip kind of thing.
Oh, really?
And you exchange that for like a free ice cream cone. And then for like 50 cents extra or whatever, they dip it in chocolate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was always like asking mom for the extra, dollar or 50 cents or whatever it was, so I could get my free ice cream cone dipped in chocolate.
Come on, Mom.
Yeah.
Just give me the extra.
And I'll tell you another thing that I had for the first time recently that I'd never had before, or at least I don't think I'd ever had before, was Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had that
I'd never
either.
had it before. It's really good.
I'll bet it is.
It's really good.
It's obviously very popular.
Yeah, I know. It's like such a thing, and I'd never had it before.
Okay, now I feel like we need to go buy some of this stuff
Yeah.
and taste test it here.
I've also been getting a lot of frozen custard recently. You can go and get little pints of like all the different flavors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
That sounds good.
I had penguin tracks that I jokingly called pigeon tracks because I thought that was really funny.
That was pretty funny.
And that was really good. That's probably my favorite flavor I've had from there. I've also had raspberry. It's really good. And peach.
Cool.
Really good.
Very good.
Yeah.
So favorite, like if you had to just go and buy a carton of ice cream, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm hands down mint chocolate chip all the way.
Yeah. I mean, I just get vanilla, I guess. I don't really have a favorite like brand or anything.
Mint chocolate chip is the jam.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like if I go to an ice cream store, like shop, it's mint chocolate chip for sure.
I don't know.
Except for Michael's, and you just got to do the traditional bubble there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. Klondike should find a way to make a bubble bar.
A bubble bar.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Let us know what's your favorite ice cream novelty.
Yeah. What do you all think out there? Because, and are you or are you not a Choco Taco
Team
fan?
Choco Taco.
So do you remember do you know what Frosty Paws are?
No.
So, and you can still buy them at the store, but this was quite scandalous too.
Okay.
Frosty Paws are, do you remember when you were a little kid at school and whatever, they had like the little paper cups of ice cream?
And they gave you a little piece of wood to eat it with?
Yeah, something like that. Well, Frosty Paws look like that, but they're for dogs.
Yeah.
So, the problem was they kept putting them in the in the section of ice cream, like with the human stuff, and it was quite scandalous because people kept buying Frosty Paws and eating it because they didn't know that it was.
Oh, it's for dogs? Man, I got my dog ice cream one time. He freaking loved it.
Frosty Paws, I'm telling you.
He loved it.
Yes.
He went bananas.
It's so good.
So Ann Ward says her favorite is Kroger brand cherry cardinal. Not sure what that is.
Cordial, probably.
Cordial. Mark Wood says bubbles are the best, but they're messy. You're right about that, Mark.
Who cares, though, right?
James Wolf says that Taco Bell actually did used to sell their own brand of Choco Taco.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
How funny.
Rick Sims says homemade vanilla.
Oh.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom dug out her like 70s ice cream maker like during COVID, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And
the same thing that
fun.
everybody did, like just do weird things that you don't normally do.
That was pretty fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I think I have an ice cream maker at our house.
It's pretty easy. You can do it with like a regular blender, really.
Need to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you need anything fancy.
Yeah. I think you have to have the ice cream, like the bigger salt.
Yeah. Yeah, you need, yeah.
It's like in bigger chunks because it freezes faster or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Sounds right.
Because I remember I was like, why do you have to have special salt? Like I was not understanding, but once I understood how it worked, then I'm like, okay, now I get it. But all right, Choco Taco, it's gone. Go out and buy them if you're a fan.
Oh, I wonder if there's people selling Choco Tacos on eBay.
That would be a little difficult.
Oh, I'm sure some idiots found a way to do it.
I mean, it is eBay.
How do you spell it? It's
CHOCO.
CHOCO.
Yeah. It's probably on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah.
Everything else is on Facebook Marketplace. So I feel like Facebook Marketplace might be the demise of eBay.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like a lot of people have jumped ship and moved over to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a matter of time before Facebook ruins it.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to find
ruining
a way
Facebook.
All right, here we go. Choco Taco, sealed Klondike, discontinued ice cream product, box of 4, brand new, $375. I
feel like someone's doing that tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah, I
would
think
have
so.
to hope.
Yeah, here's one. They're trying, or is this? Oh, this is like a toy. This is like a plastic one.
Oh.
Yeah, here is Choco Taco, brand new, $420.69. Yeah, I think that one might be a joke.
I think that's definitely a joke. Wow.
Choco Taco, for sale, brand new, 2 explanation points.
Brand new, as if it's we're gonna sell a used one.
Hey, this guy has 100% positive feedback. He's sold 4 things on eBay before.
Hey, he did a real good job with those 4 things.
Yeah. $420
and 69 cents. Huh. Our sick and twisted minds went there, didn't we? Yeah. Which is where their sick and twisted mind exactly went. Anyway, if you don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't need to know.
So yeah.
Here's Jen reading her messages again on the air.
Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm getting in trouble for my stuff from last night, my shenanigans. Oh, well.
All right, I want to hear all right, I see Red Thompson's watching. Red, I want to know what your favorite ice cream is. Same thing, the rest of you guys watching. What's your favorite ice cream? It can be a flavor, treat, whatever. I want to know. Especially you, Red.
Red. I feel like if Red had a favorite ice cream, it would be on his desk.
That's true. Hey, Red cleaned his desk up a lot the other day.
Did.
Looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Red's got a busy week down at the Vinton County Fair.
And I got to give, you want to give a shout out to Red because he does do a lot of the, he does a lot of the Vinton County coverage and he works so many different jobs and whatever. So I
don't know if I know anybody that works harder than he does.
No. And it's hard and it's a drive, you got to go from one to the next and whatever. So anyway, so big shout out to Red. And if you see him out and about at the fair or any of the places that he covers, give him a shout give him a thanks.
And maybe offer to buy him an ice cream.
Yeah, buy him a Choco Taco.
Buy him a Choco Taco for $420.69.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of the Vinton County Fair, we have some results there.
We do.
Want to look at those real quick?
Yeah, and then we can go, we can give you some of the information about Pig Iron Day. Mm-hmm. And our friends might be here. We might have gotten our days confused. We were discussing that. Yeah. So they may come tomorrow.
Well, originally they wanted to come in tomorrow, but then they changed it to today. And I suspect that maybe they forgot that they changed it. We'll find out.
I think you're right. Okay, so the Vinton County Extension Office and 4-H program released some official results from yesterday from the shows, or actually for the first two days of the Vinton County Fair. So you want me to go through all of them? The horse show was Monday. Jay Speakman won the Grand Champion Contest Horse Award. Kaylin Fry, the Reserve Champion Contest Award. Lydia Deaver was the winner of the Gloria Adams Memorial Versatility Equestrian Challenge. Say that
sounds like
times
something
fast.
You'd be into.
I know. I totally would. And was also the grand champion in easy gaited horse category. Brooklyn Cart was the grand champion in hunter horse and the reserve champion in horsemanship. And Olivia Parnell was the reserve champion in hunter horse. Also in the horse show, Tristan Sword was the grand champion in 3 categories: showmanship, horsemanship, and western horse. Farrah Parnell was the reserve champion in western horse, and Willow Grubb was the grand champion in small equine and reserve champion in horse showmanship. Small equine. I wonder if that's ponies. How cute.
I assume that's what it is. What else would it be?
How adorable. In the swine show on Monday, Parker Mock came away with grand champion Market Hog Award with Riley Ashmore showing the reserve champion Market Hog. Ashmore also showed the grand champion breeding Gilt.
Probably goat.
No? Gilt. Yeah. While Olivia Case won the reserve champion breeding Gilt. Okay, I need to know what a breeding Gilt is.
I'm afraid to search that.
Riley Ashmore was a big winner in the showmanship competition as she emerged as the ultimate swine showmanship winner and the senior swine. I'm so glad I don't have to do the news. Senior swine showmanship winner. Parker Mock was the reserve champion senior swine showmanship winner. In the junior swine, Bryn Mackey, I'm not sure which, was the grand champion, and Hunter Mulhern was the reserve champion. In novice swine showmanship, Olivia Case was grand champion, and Brantley Haybrun the reserve champion. In the poultry show on Tuesday, Carson Jones took home the grand champion honors in market chickens, while Riley Oosley was the reserve champion in market chickens. In the market turkey competition, Lakota Mace captured the grand champion honors in market tom turkeys, while Eli Lambert was the reserve champion in market tom turkeys. I think that's a boy.
I think so. And the
Turkey.
gilts are swine.
Yeah, like what is it though? I've never heard that
So it says it's achieved by placing a boar of similar size with the female. I don't know. It's a pig thing.
It's a pig thing.
It's
You wouldn't understand.
Thing. I don't understand.
All right. LaKenna Mace was grand champion in market hen turkeys, while LeColt Mace was the reserve champion. I'm almost done with this. In the poultry showmanship competition, Lyssa, Lyssa, Lisa, I think, Benz came away with the ultimate poultry showmanship and the senior poultry showmanship honors. Eli Lambert was reserve champion in senior poultry. In junior poultry showmanship, Eric Dalton was grand champion, and Cheyenne Holcomb the reserve champion. In novice poultry showmanship, Ava Hurst was the grand champion, and Robert Howell the reserve champion.
Nice.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's
a
lot
just
of
like
kids.
2 days.
I know, and that's only the first 2 days of the Benton County Fair. So there's a lot more where that came from. Today at the Benton County Fair is Wednesday. There we go. Sorry. There is the rabbit show today. And then the beef show. So the rabbits started at 9, beef show at 2. And then, of course, laser tag, petting zoo, dino roar. Cloverbud games, rides open at 4, and then tonight's featured entertainment for the Benton County Fair, the Broken Horn Rodeo.
Okay. Info just in.
Yeah.
Red Thompson's favorite ice cream flavor?
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
I don't know that I've ever had pumpkin ice cream.
Well, I've had like the pumpkin pie blizzard from Dairy Queen. That's real good.
I mean, pumpkin everything is good. I don't care who you are. It's good. Yep.
James Wolf says butter brickle.
Butter brickle.
Yeah, never heard of that before.
I haven't either.
What is that?
Yeah,
what
tell
flavor
us
is
what
that,
it is.
James? Let us know.
Butter brickle.
Butter brickle. Sounds old timey.
It does.
Yeah.
Kind of like sassafras and horehound candy.
That sounds like it costs $420.69.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
No, you can buy all those. Hey, just a free, fun plug for Callahan Hardware. By the way, I went out there yesterday.
Did you get some liquid fence?
I did get some liquid fence, so thank you for that. But they have all those old-fashioned candies out there.
They do have a lot of old-fashioned candy.
Yeah, so those are neat. The root beer and the horehound candy and all that stuff. So, yeah.
I was in Point Pleasant this past weekend, and they've got all these little novelty stores down there now.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but you were telling me.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. This is some pretty fun stuff. But we were at one, and it had all kinds of like weird novelty candy that I hadn't seen in a long time. It had the like the zebra fruit stripe gum.
Oh yeah,
it's like the most delicious gum ever for like 15 seconds.
Yeah. And then it just turns to wax.
Yeah, and it's just terrible. I hadn't seen that in so long. It's probably expired.
Yeah, it's going the way of the Choco Taco.
It's going the way. I thought it had gone the way of the Choco Taco, but
I don't know
they had it somehow.
Do you remember Big League Chew?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember trying to stuff a whole package in your mouth? Did you guys try to do that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it doesn't work so well.
Here's a fun fact about Big League Chew.
Okay.
So it was actually invented by some actual like minor league baseball players.
Okay.
And so this was they made a documentary about these guys. So let me get it. Let's see if I can get this right, because it's like one of those things that's like crazier than you think it would be.
Okay.
All right,
Like
it's
that.
okay. It was. It wasn't Russell Crowe. It was somebody of that era. What's his name? The Big Trouble in Little China. What's that actor's name?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
It's
okay.
Kurt Russell's father
Okay.
wanted to own a baseball team.
Okay.
And so he bought, or maybe he even started it from scratch. I can't remember. This was like in the 70s, and it was in Oakland, I think. And so he started a minor league baseball team that was like this full on like sideshow thing. And he like signed all these players that like were really good baseball players, but like weren't really major league material.
Okay.
You know, like he'd sign like retired players and stuff like that, like guys that weren't going to get signed by a major league team, but were like good enough to just like dominate minor league baseball.
Yeah.
And they just like put on a show. They all have long hair and like big beards and stuff like that. And Kurt Russell was on the team like as a teenager. He was like 16 years old or something like that.
Gosh.
Yeah. And then they were just like, you know, destroying all these teams that were like major league farm teams. And some of those guys on that team invented Big League Chew.
Really?
Yeah. It's just one of those stories that just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. But they made a documentary about it. It's on Netflix. I won't say the name of it because it's a little vulgar.
Come on! Now we need to.
But it was really good.
I mean, we've already said that something's $420.69. So
Let's see if I can find it.
So I assume that Big League Chew was invented when they made them like stop chewing tobacco. Oh. Yeah. We could probably say that.
Well, you can say it. I'm not going to say it. But yeah, it's on Netflix. And was I right that it was
That's interesting. No, I just assumed Big League Chew was like invented because they made them ditch like actual chewing tobacco.
No, it was just something that it was just an idea that baseball players came up with. Bing Russell, that's his name. Kurt Russell's dad, Bing. Yeah, so like I think he played ball. Yeah, his dad played Major League Baseball. Or something, I don't know. Anyway, it's about Kurt Russell's dad deciding to start a minor league baseball team in 1970.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's based on a book called Ball 4, which is like a famous baseball book.
Gotcha.
But it's really good.
Cool. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
I can't even remember now what the name was. The Battered Bastards of Baseball.
That's it.
I'm just reading the name.
Just reading the name.
Yeah.
But it is really good.
So there you go. If you're looking for something to watch on Netflix
what were you
today,
going to say about Big League Chew?
I don't even remember. Just that it's like...
that it was a weird thing?
Yeah, it was. And I can remember us as like little kids getting, buying packages of it and trying to like stuff it all in your mouth, and you about, choke to death because you can't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same, holds its flavor for... Then they came out with, for a few seconds. Then they came out with like grape and stuff. I'm like, no. Original bubble gum.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they still make Big League Chew.
They do. I saw it in the store the other day. So what is your favorite flavor of gum?
Oh, I mean, I'm boring now. I just like spearmint,
Mint
gum? I don't get anything weird anymore.
I'm a big bubble gum flavor person.
Yeah, I used to really like Juicy Fruit. but I haven't chewed that in so long now.
Again, holds its flavor for 1
Yeah.
second and then turns to a rubber band. So, yeah, the sugar-free gum works way better.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not,
Oh,
Well,
the name of the minor league baseball team was the Portland Mavericks. It wasn't Oakland; it was Portland.
Okay. Portland,
Yeah.
Oakland, Portland.
They
Hey, you
exist-
were on the right coast.
Yeah, that wasn't that far. They existed from 73 to 77,
Yep.
and they created Big League Chew.
73 to 77. That is so cool. I would have never known that. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, like he brought in like recently retired major league players that were still like better than anybody in the minor leagues, but past their prime
Yeah.
in the major leagues, and they just came down there and just
beat the tar out of
beat
everybody.
the tar out of all those 19-year-olds that were playing down there.
You may be a little more spry, but we got more experience.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's basically the gist of it. Because the point of those teams is to train young players, not to they don't really care if they win the games or not. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Now
Big
you
League
know.
Chew.
Big League Chew. Bing Russell.
That's right.
Man, I wish my name was Bing.
I know. That
What a
sounds
cool
like so
name.
cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and I tease him about this all the time, but Phil Buffington. Like,
Philip.
you have the coolest name.
He does sound kind
Philip
of regal.
Buffington. I call him Philip Buffington III Esquire because it just sounds really official. I'm like, you have such a cool name. Philip Buffington. Sounds like, you should hold your pinky out all the time.
I mean, he does. He's a fancy man. I've
He's
seen him
fancy.
do it. Seen it.
I think he gets tired of me saying that, but oh well. It's cute. But no, it'd be fun to have like a really cool name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like Jennifer.
Yeah, that's not a cool name.
Jennifer.
No. Just don't call me Jenny and I'll be fine.
Jenny from the block.
Yeah.
Jenny from...
Or Jenny.
Oh,
I love you, Jenny. Don't call me that. You can call me whatever, but don't call me that. I've been called many
worse.
things, but yeah. Pig Iron Day. We need to talk about that. So it is coming up August 6th, so not this weekend, but next weekend.
First Saturday in August.
Always the first Saturday in August. Do you know that it's the 29th annual Pig Iron Day? I believe I was there for the first one. That was one of those where Dad handed me a microphone and told me to go cover something that I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. So Jackson Fire Chief Dave Channell, who spearheads the project, told the Telegram that the public can expect the standard attractions and activities this year. So picnic-style food, the big car show, free entertainment, and a live auction being the main components. Of course, the Jackson Area Kiwanis Club and the Liberty Township Fire Department will once again assist the Firefighters Association. So I think the Kiwanis brings in kids' stuff, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
The menu, are you sitting down?
I am actually.
You are.
We both are.
Yes, we are. The menu will include, and this is so good, pulled pork sandwiches, bratwurst, hot dogs, and soup beans.
Okay.
All of that.
All that.
Yes.
No vegetables.
No. We were not eating no stinking vegetables at the Pig Iron Day. Are you kidding me? Thanks to, of course, a lot of sponsors, soda and water will be free. Or in this article, it says pop. Do you say soda or pop?
I say soda more now.
I do too.
I have actively attempted to break the habit of saying pop.
Agreed. Same.
Yeah.
We've gone to the
other side. Because nobody knows what you're talking about when you say pop.
Yeah.
If you go more than 30 miles away from here, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Correct.
Yeah.
You go to Columbus, you like go to college and you say, I want pop, and everyone looks at you like you're insane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you have to somehow just, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yep.
So soda it is. Serving line will be in operation from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Pickup service. This is something that they started during COVID, and it was so successful that they've continued it on. Pickup service will once again be offered, and the customers are asked to enter the Jackson City School District bus lot on Huron Street and drive to the back of the lot, which faces Manpower Park. Volunteers will be there to take the orders and then fill them for you. So you can just drive up.
Yeah.
A lot of people, whether you just don't feel comfortable being out in public yet, or, you can't get out of your car. It's hard. Or maybe you have your kids with you or whatever. So you come in through off Huron Street through the bus garage lot there, drive up and someone will be there. The Appalachia Old Car Club will be back again to conduct its annual Wheels of Steel car show, which is always ginormous. The Red Brush Band will be playing free entertainment during a portion of the event. There will also be the inflatables in place to occupy the kids. I think that means that we're too big to get in there. It says kids.
Some of those things are pretty freaking sturdy, man.
They are. There will be a live auction featuring both dated plaques and special plaques representing the Jackson area's rich furnace industry history. Say that 5 times fast.
Rich furnace industry history.
Yes.
Rich furnace industry history. Rich furnace industry history.
That's so hard. Souvenir, of course, pig iron bars will once again be given away thanks to the donation of the Jackson's Osco plant. So they do ask that you just be kind of careful because of the COVID-19. They will have plenty of hand sanitizer, things like that available, and other measures will be, of course, taken to make the event safe as well. So I'm sure they'll have a lot more details about it when they stop by, but we did want you to make plans, of course, to attend, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, Jackson's Pig Iron Day, which is now in its 29th year.
One of the most iconic Jackson things in my mind is when they hang that banner that says Pig Iron Day across the little intersection there between Kroger and the park.
Yep.
That's I don't know, always, I don't know. It's just an image that is ironed in my mind.
You got it.
Yeah.
So, So we always look forward to that. It's a lot of fun. And you can get some great food. Great food.
But no vegetables.
I mean, they might have vegetables.
They probably got onions to put on your
They might have
brat.
Potato chips too, and that's a vegetable.
That's stretching it, but
Hey, is a potato a vegetable or not?
I mean, I suppose it is.
Just saying. So you said yesterday, because I was whining about the bunnies eating my tomatoes. So are you doing a garden this year?
Well, I didn't really plant any vegetables, but I planted a lot of flowers.
Did you do them from seeds or bulbs?
Seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did that work out for you?
Well, the bunnies bunnies and I think it's more deer than bunnies, but I have been seeing a lot of bunnies ate a lot of my sunflowers. I planted
I didn't know that was a thing.
Apparently it's a thing. I caught a bunny, so I planted some some green beans just recently, and they're just itty bitty little plant. Aww. And I caught the bunny munching on some leaves last night. So I put some of that liquid fence stuff on those.
We'll see.
So hopefully that'll protect them until they get big enough that the bunny's not going to hurt it too much. But so the deer apparently really like sunflowers, which I guess kind of because they grow up kind of like a vegetable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we eat sunflower seeds it's
you
good.
can grill sunflowers and stuff like that.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Can you eat the whole flower?
Yeah, people eat them like corn on the cob.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
I mean, I don't think I would personally do it, but people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I've got a handful. They're starting to get big now. Yeah.
They are cool. I mean,
they are
how
cool.
can you look out and see a sunflower and ever be in a bad mood? Because they're just
There's
they're just sunny and pretty.
What's the road in Wellston that goes up past the cannon? What's that?
Is it Broadway?
Yeah, Broadway. There's a business down there that's got a little patch of sunflowers that are 12 feet tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
To check that out.
But so I planted a lot of sunflowers, and I've got about, I don't know, maybe 6 that have survived completely
Unscathed.
at least from like the first bit that I planted. I planted a few a little bit later that are doing okay, but
Yeah.
I've got about 6 that have survived from when I first planted them in like early June to now.
And you planted those from seeds as well?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do they have to like lean up against something, or do they just grow out?
So it kind of depends. They can get really leany.
Because I would feel like they would.
Yeah, I
be
mean, it
top-heavy.
depends on how top heavy they are, how close they are to other things, if they're getting sun from like every direction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if they're in a position where they're only getting sun like in the morning and then the sun's going behind your house or something like that, they get real leany toward the sun,
That makes sense.
But yeah, they're not that bad. I mean, I put stuff in them to hold them up, but they don't really need it yet.
I feel
think
like you need to
okay.
take pictures of your sunflowers and we can monitor their growth.
All right. Well, the big ones are hopefully next week, maybe the week after, we'll have some blooms on them. So I'll take some pictures.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
They I swear the bunnies ate my tomatoes yesterday if you weren't watching the show. And I assume it was bunnies because number one, they're the lowest ones on the ground. The tomatoes that were lowest to the ground, which I don't think a deer would do. And it literally looks like they ate them like an apple. Like there's little like bite marks out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's kind of cute, but it's not. Yeah. And of course they picked the ripest ones.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the ones that I would like pick and eat today.
Yeah.
Well, the bunnies ate those.
Sure.
So, you know, they have good taste.
Yeah. It's amazing how much rabbits can eat. Like when I was younger, I had a pet rabbit. I mean, like a little one.
Yeah.
And it could eat like, like I'd give it like leaves of lettuce that were like twice as big as it. And it just,
just keeps eating.
Yeah, it'd just do it away. And then you like those giant ones that they have at the fair. Like, can you imagine how much those things eat? Like,
no,
I could
cannot.
absolutely eat a whole tomato.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just talking to her. I was listening to Rodney up at the Benton County Fair interviewing some kids as I was driving in this morning. And he was interviewing a girl that had the grand champion steer last year. And it was just interesting to me, like, because you don't know how much these animals eat, like, because you're raising that steer project for like a year or well, close to. And she had said last year she got the grand champion steer and raised it, and he had asked her how much she got out of it, and I think she said about $6,000. And he said, "Well, how much of that went into feed though?" And she said $1,000. It cost her $1,000 to eat or to feed that steer to get it to the fair. And you start thinking about these kids and these animals and stuff like that. This is kind of a sidebar, but like, I mean, they're putting a lot into it to get it back.
Sure.
I mean, that's a lot of money, $1,000.
I wish I could eat on $1,000 for a year.
Wouldn't that be good? Yeah. Well, you can if you just eat steer food.
Yeah, just eat grains or whatever. Just eat grass.
Eat some pellets of what?
I mean, they just eat hay. Hay's free.
Well,
just go get out of your yard. Hay.
That makes those sunflowers sound really good, doesn't it?
Yeah. It makes sense because if you're like a deer or whatever, and you're just like eating grass all the time.
Yeah.
And then you like come across some tomatoes or.
You're like, this is the best treat ever.
Right.
Apple treat.
Yeah. It's like I've just literally been eating grass. It just straight tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I come across something like big and juicy, like
a
tomato.
pear.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd just be amazing.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that is true. I'm kind of sad my apple tree didn't produce any apples this year. I mean, last year I thought the thing was going to break in half. And, but it's fun to watch the deer eat the apples because they stand like on their back legs and stuff. It's really cute.
Something's been wiping out my bird feeder. Did I tell you that?
You did.
I suspect it's a squirrel.
I suspect it would be.
Yeah. But I decided I'm just not going to put any in it, feed in it for a little bit, and maybe they'll forget about it.
I mean, I kind of like your theory, but I'm not believing in it.
We'll find out. I got this other little bird feeder. This is really cute. It's a little like clear plastic one with suction cups on it that you stick to your window.
Yeah.
And so like the birds will come right to the window. It freaks the cat out.
I'll bet.
It's a pretty good time.
Yeah. So is the cat like, I want you?
Oh yeah, the cat's losing its mind, and the birds are just like.
See, I would love that, like a suction cup, like to your window, because I don't have a good place to put one where you can see out a window that the cats, because we have outside cats.
Yeah, they'd get them.
Yeah. I'm like, because I had a bird feeder that I think my mom bought me, but it was to hang like on your deck post.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's going to end really badly if I do that. So
yeah. I mean, I guess if you put it up high enough, maybe the cats wouldn't bother them. But yeah, cats are pretty resourceful.
Where'd you get your suction cuppy bird feeder?
Well, I got it on Amazon. I saw something similar at Walmart.
Did you?
Yeah.
I need to get one of those. So tell everybody about the squirrel feeder that you saw.
Oh, so it was like a ceramic.
I'm so mad you did not buy this.
Yeah. So it was like a ceramic lawn gnome, and it was just like the head, and it's like up on a little stick. And I guess you fill the head full of whatever, corn or whatever squirrels eat. And so the squirrel will crawl up in there and get it and make it look like it's got a lawn gnome head.
I feel like that could entertain me for hours.
Yeah. I mean, squirrels are really funny.
They are cute.
Like squirrels are really, really funny. Like they were coming to my parents' bird feeders like all the time. Like, they just wipe it out because they just sit there and eat all day.
Yeah.
But it's so funny.
They are, and they're pretty and they're cute.
They will do anything to get to it. Like they're like hold on to the one branch with this hand, and then like their feet are little hands too, so they'd be holding on to another. So they'd be like going like this upside down, like to get to these bird feeders, and then they're like slip and fall out of the tree, and then they just scurry up and go right back to that same position. They just go right back up. Yeah, it's so funny.
They are cute.
Yeah,
they there's a place on Standpipe where I always have to be careful. It's like a squirrel like thoroughfare. It's just like one spot there. And I mean, they're always just bouncing across the road right there.
Yeah.
And I'm always like looking, because the last thing I want to do is like run over a squirrel, because they're so stinking cute.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're on Standpipe, it's kind of up from Deerlands, and you got to watch, because they'll just jump right out in front of you.
When I was a little kid, my grandpa had this, have those deer crossing signs on the highway and stuff.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, my grandpa had one that said bunny crossing in his backyard.
Aww. So cute. Yeah. They're cute until they eat
all your tomatoes.
Until they eat your tomatoes.
Yeah.
See, it is amazing though, like how the ecosystem of a place works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Jamie and I had this outdoor cat named Emmy for many, many years. Unfortunately, Emmy recently passed away, and but she was an assassin, that cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, so we could have a full-on garden and nothing got near. There's no bunnies. I promise you there were no bunnies. And literally Emmy passed away a few months ago, and now it's just like on.
Yeah.
And the other cats just sit there and look at them. I ridiculed them yesterday. They didn't care.
That tracks.
I said, "Where were you? What were you doing while the bunnies were eating the tomatoes? What were you doing?" And they just looked at me.
Sitting there with one of their legs up in the air, licking themselves.
Probably something like that. But I can tell you, so it's interesting, like she's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There would have, number one, there would be no bunnies on our property. And so now we've got to think outside the box, and we don't have an assassin cat anymore.
Uh-oh.
Ground moles, oh my gosh, man. I always said I was going to rent her out.
Yeah.
She's a ground mole assassin.
Dude, I've got a freaking groundhog that's as big as this table I've seen running around.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that thing is enormous.
They're so cute when they run away because their butts are so
They're
wide.
So
and they just
fat.
Yes. And then they stand up like this. They sit on their big butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All
that
of that
thing is so funny looking. Like, it is just the fattest little thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Until they crawl under your house and
Yeah.
dig out tunnels and
Yeah.
ruin things.
Yeah, he's got a big hole under this one tree.
Good. At least he's not in your house.
Yeah. Not good for that tree.
Not good for the tree, but better that it's not your house.
Yeah, better than digging under the house.
So, yeah.
For sure.
Well, shoot. Let's see. We did everything that we were supposed to do, didn't we?
I know.
Oh, no. What do y'all want to talk about? Because we don't have anything to talk about. We've been talking about Klondike bars for...
You're talking about planting vegetables. I didn't mention this. I am excited. I planted a pumpkin patch.
At your house?
Yeah. So I'm excited to see if I get some pumpkins.
The deer will definitely love those.
Yeah. Well, the deer have not bothered it at all yet.
Okay.
But of course, there's no fruit growing yet.
Yes.
But it's starting to get.
So
it's starting to get real viney.
Do you plant them in like a line, like seeds in a line? Is that what you do? And then
I planted them in a line. I planted 6, and they all came up. I probably should have pulled a couple of them out, but I think I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, just let's see what happens.
Just see what happens. But yeah, so they're starting to get all viney and crazy now and getting blooms and everything.
So do you have to like build them up like in a hump, or do you just plant them in the ground?
I just planted them in the ground.
And so you just let the vines go?
Pretty much. I think I'm gonna stick a trellis out there to try to catch some of the vines.
Okay.
To try to keep it from getting too wild, because they can grow up like that.
We're so city folks sitting here talking about trying to grow stuff. We have no idea what we're doing or talking about.
I just saw pumpkin seeds at Walmart. And I was like, that'd be funny. So,
James is going to become a pumpkin farmer.
I'm going to be a pumpkin farmer. Yep.
So Jamie and I laugh about this all the time. We're going to become scallion farmers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've lived, a few years on this planet, and it never dawned on me that, when you go and you buy scallions at the grocery store, they've got like a bulb and like the little root thing hanging out of them.
Yeah.
And if you would just stick that in dirt.
Yeah.
They grow.
Yeah.
So why anyone ever goes to the grocery store and buys a scallion, I will never know, because we now have scallions everywhere, and you cut them off. We put them in a pot.
Yeah.
You cut it, because all you eat's the green part anyway that's sticking up. You cut it off, and I'm telling you, a day later, you have a whole new scallion again. It is like magic. We should set a time-lapse camera, and I'm serious, and one day you will have a whole new scallion.
Oh, I believe you.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Nature
where has this been all my life? Why have I gone to the store and bought scallions? We've got some growing at the brewery inside in a window, and they just go crazy because we use them so much for the food there. So if you come to the brewery and get scallions,
nature's crazy.
They were grown by us. Yes, it is.
Crazy.
It is. If you think about it, human body's crazy.
Yep.
Nature's crazy.
Yep.
All of it.
It is crazy.
The universe. Blows your mind.
Yep.
Yep. All right. What else we got?
What else do we got?
You want to talk about Hostel?
No, not really.
I watched the movie
Jen's
Hostel
over
last
here
night.
watching slasher movies or whatever. Gross out horror.
Listen, in my defense, it was one of those where, that movie's like 150 years old now.
Yeah.
And it's like so ridiculous that it came on last night. And Jamie and I were both like, okay, now we've got to watch it just to remember like how stupid it is.
I've watched a couple episodes of The Bear. This is something we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Are you loving it?
I don't know. Parts of it I like, parts of it I think are really overdramatic.
It gets really good. It's not overdramatic. Is the thing.
Well, so here's my issue with it.
There's nothing over dramatic about it.
Here's my issue with it.
Yeah.
This guy's supposed to be this classically trained chef.
Uh-huh.
And he's got this job at this Greasy Spoon restaurant.
Yeah.
And he's trying to run this Greasy Spoon restaurant like a fancy French restaurant.
Well, number one, he inherited it because his brother killed himself.
Right.
So that's kind of the point, is that he left his hoity-toity job to come do that.
But he's trying to hoity-toity up it. And I'm just
no,
those customers don't want your hoity-toity food.
No, he's trying to put procedures in place.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the first episode or whatever, they're making hoagies. And then like 2 episodes later, he's making these like fancy dishes and stuff. And I'm like, those people that are coming here to get those hoagies do not want that. Like they want that hoagie, dude.
Well, the whole point. Well, you'll see. You have to watch all the episodes.
All
It's
right.
really, really.
I don't
good.
know. It's kind of losing me. I'm gonna be honest. I like
Yeah.
the first couple episodes, and then like I don't know. I think I'm on episode 4 maybe.
Okay.
And it's kind of losing me a little bit
Okay.
because he's just too dramatic. Like that girl makes these fancy like ribs or whatever. He's like, it's not there yet. Like, and then she just gives them to some dude, and he pull. Okay. So he's all like, "Oh, that dish isn't there yet," and then she goes out in the kitchen and hands it, just gives it to a customer.
Mhm.
Then he pulls out plastic silverware. Dude, you're running a restaurant that's giving people plastic silverware, and you're complaining that the barbecue's not quite there yet.
Well, you haven't gotten to it. That goes somewhere.
All right,
Yeah.
like, dude, if you're using plastic silverware,
Yeah. That actually is
all right,
that scene creates the rest of the show.
all right.
Has something to do with the whole rest of the series.
So is the rest of the series about him getting actual silverware?
No.
Because I was.
No, but there is nothing dramatic. I know you're saying that, and
Yeah.
I know if you're like you're watching it, it probably
Yeah.
does seem very dramatic, but it's not dramatic at all because that's how restaurants
I
are.
don't know. I think if that's the way y'all are in your kitchen, you need to tell him to chill out.
No, that's
'Cause-
100%. Well,
Because I
and
worked in
that's what-
kitchens and people were rowdy, but
If you,
they weren't pulling guns on customers lined up outside.
Well, that's just Chicago.
That's
that
just
has nothing to do
Chicago.
with the restaurant.
Yeah, you might be right.
But no, the bear, if you are wanting to know, and if you read all the reviews, like if you are wanting to get an authentic like restaurant, watch a series that's like an authentic restaurant, it is spot on.
And I will add one other thing.
Yeah.
What's the main actor's name? I just call him Lip from
Lip.
Shameless. I
It's
don't know
Lip
what his
from
real name
Shameless.
is.
I don't know what his name
Dude,
is.
he is like so sweaty and gross looking in this show. And his hair's all like, bro, you need to wear a hat if you're in that kitchen. You need to like, a hairnet or something. Like, bro, you are way too dirty to be working in a kitchen.
Yeah. He does a really good job though.
Yeah.
He's
I want more of Joel McHale's character, the like crazy chef that's just like yelling at him for like not being good enough. Because I don't know, I just think Joel McHale's hilarious.
yeah.
Imagine him as like that person. It's ridiculous.
Oh shoot. Well, I'm glad you're watching it,
Yeah.
and just imagine that that's a day in the life of a kitchen of a mom and pop.
I don't think I want to work for you if that's the way you're running your ship.
It's not me. It's just how they are.
All right.
I promise.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's a good show, and I think they renewed it for another season.
Oh, yeah?
So
Nice.
I think they said it would be spring of 23 is what I read. Unless we have another global pandemic, and then who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, we finally got Stranger Things back, and
Did you finish it?
Mhm.
Did you follow it? Did you stay awake?
I did.
Nice.
Like the first few episodes kept putting me to sleep, and everyone was talking about how good it was, and I was like, every time I watch it, I fall asleep. But then, like, it started getting really good, so then I
Mhm.
didn't fall asleep anymore. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The last several episodes were like awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they were 7 hours long.
Yes. Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah. That last episode just kept going.
Yeah.
I needed to use the bathroom for like 40 minutes. I was like, this is about to wrap up. I'll just wait. This is about
2.5 hours.
This is
long
about
or
to
whatever.
wrap. Yeah. And then like the third like epilogue scene. It's like, all right, I'm pausing it and going to the
I'm finally
bathroom.
gonna put this thing on pause.
Yeah. It was good though.
No, it was good, and I mean they nailed it this season. They nailed it. That's for sure. So hopefully I think a lot of people thought that this was the end of it, but I don't.
One more.
Is there one more season?
One more season.
Okay.
Yep.
Because if you haven't followed Stranger Things, then it's a good one.
Mhm.
It's strange.
It is strange.
It is strange.
It is strange.
But that makes
But-
sense.
The strangest thing is that haircut they gave poor Will.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
This one.
Yeah. And also, he looks like he's 27 years old, and he's supposed to be like 16.
And you just feel bad. The poor guy's never going to get the girl.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
Well, I don't think he's interested in the girl, but
well, yeah.
yeah, he's in love with Mike. Or yeah, I can't keep their name. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, that's his name.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah. See what
7 years from now.
See what terrible haircut he has.
Yeah.
When he's 35 playing 17 in the next season.
Well, that series had to have been very challenging because they, had I think, they did one season of it. No one ever thought it was going to go the way it went. And then all of a sudden they needed to do that. But they've got like young kids that they're dealing with, and they get older quickly. And yeah, it's just been a nightmare. And then of course COVID shut everything down. And so, yeah, it was a nightmare, but they've done a really good job with it.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right. Well,
10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. We got to go. James just rolled the heck right out of here. So, Venn County Fair continues on today. Don't forget, we have the rabbit show going on now, beef show at 2, rides open at 4, and tonight's featured entertainment at the Benton County Fair, the Broken Horn Rodeo, which will be in the horse arena. Very, very fun. So get out to the fair. Maybe a little rain in the forecast or a lot, but just get out and have fun anyway. None of us are that sweet. We won't melt. So thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.